I really need to check my mic before recording things. Okay. Here we go again. Cantonese people love gossiping. They love talking smack about other people and just like judging people, right? So following that, there must be a lot of slang that has to do with relationships or just the people in relationships. So here's a bunch of Cantonese slang that has to do with relationships. I'm gonna omit most of like the profanity again because you're a classy person. You have a level of elegance that is, you're above the rest of the people, and you're not just gonna talk smack about people while cussing and throwing profanity left and right. You're not gonna swear, you're not gonna cuss, but then you say things and people are like, huh, okay, I guess that makes sense. So here's a bunch of Cantonese slang. Hope you enjoy. So the first one, if you want to refer to an ex, like an ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, right, you would say they are gao toy, which directly translates to old vegetable. So old vegetable means ex, your ex. Following that, sun toy, which is new vegetable. So sun toy, new vegetable, can be your current significant other, your current partner, or the partner or significant other that you just met, that you just got into a relationship with. Next, you have the phrase meh meh. Meh meh directly translates to what, or also can be the sound that sheep make, meh meh. But meh meh can also mean like smashy time, right? Making out or like doing like rated R things. Next, so there's a TikTok meme where someone throws a pot at someone. There's actually relationship slang in Cantonese that has to do with that, which is danbo. Danbo directly translates to throwing the pot, and it basically means to either break up or to like get in a really big argument and then kind of like separate, right? There's also another word, another slang, which is danbo sun. Danbo sun directly translates to throwing pot letter, which basically it's the farewell letter where it's like, oh John, I love you so much, but our families aren't meant to be. This is my last farewell. How I long to see thee, but our love is forbidden and we cannot see each other ever again, right? So that farewell letter is called a danbo sun. Following danbo, we have another slang. This slang isn't specifically for relationships, but it can be used for relationships. And this slang would be bo wo. Bo wo directly translates to patch or to repair a walk. And this means to either make amends or to fix things, like you can fix the relationship, you can fix something that your coworker did, right? Like for example, maybe a relationship, like maybe they were about to break up, but then you made amends, and then now they're together again. But it can also be used, as I said, in non-relationship terms, right? So for example, if your coworker screwed something up, then you would have to go there and fix whatever he did, and you would be bo his stuff. Next, we have yak ger dap learn shun. Yak ger dap learn shun, which directly translates to 1 foot on 2 boats. This is basically just the cheater, right? You call a cheater this. You call some scumbag, cheating, adultery committing person a yekker dalblenshun. You'd say they are 1 foot on 2 boats because they're two-timing. Next slang. I want you to picture this. So imagine you have a couple and they're in like this dark room. They want to be all alone, right? And they want to do meh meh, right? They want to do shmekshi time. But there's a light bulb. And that light bulb is on and they can't turn it off, right? That light bulb is kind of intruding in them and not letting them like do shmekshi time. So what is the person version of this light bulb? The person version would be, in English, just the third wheel, right? So, din dan dam, which directly translates to light bulb, din dan dam means the third wheel. So the first few, they were all like, just kind of like tame, just like you're just describing a relationship or describing someone, right? The next are going to be just more judgy one. You're throwing shade at relations or relationships or people in specific relationships. So here are the phrases and slang that are more throwing shade at relationships or people within those specific relationships. So the first one, bo lo o, which directly translates to, I guess, braising old beef, but not really like old beef, but like beef that came from an old cow, right? That's more of a better translation. So braising old beef. That refers to when in a relationship where there's one person that's really young and one person that's significantly older. The next two are like one level above this, right? Where it describes a specific relationship where it's a guy, it refers to the guy, right? In a relationship where the woman is either much older or just much more powerful, is the breadwinner, they earn most of the money, and you would call the guy in these two phrases. So the first phrase is sik to hai fan, which directly translates to eat sandal rice. So it's kind of like the guy, he can't do anything, right? So he's kind of like the dog in the relationship because the woman's wearing the pants, right? So like they're basically like on off all of fours and like kind of just like doing whatever whatever they're doing, whatever like the wife wants them to do because the wife is more powerful or the wife earns more money, the wife is wearing the pants of the relationship. Sik to hai fan. Next one, sik yun fan, which directly translates to eating soft rice. So the idea of this is if the woman earns most of the money, or the woman is more powerful, right? Chances are she's older, right? So because she's older, and then she can't eat normal textured rice, right? She has to eat older rice because her teeth are like bad or falling out, right? So then to accommodate for this, she has to cook soft rice. So then because the guy in this relationship has to accommodate for this older wife, then the guy has to eat soft rice. That's why we'd say this person in the relationship where like woman is more powerful or like more money, earns more money or whatever, they have to eat soft rice. Next one. Now I want you to, another one where you have to picture, right? Imagine a street lamp and there's a little rat box, like a box that holds rats, right? Now imagine that if that was a relationship. So, din dan tam qua lo shu cern. Din dan tam qua lo shu cern refers to a relationship where one person is much taller or shorter than the other person. Because if you imagine like them walking side to side, it looks like this, right? It looks like one person's really tall, one person's like either normal height or like kind of like a short, right? So that's you picture a street lamp with a little rat box hanging from it. Same picture, right? One person really tall, one person really short. As you can see, Cantonese aunties, hella judgy, hella gossipy, throwing shade at everything. Anyways, next one. This is probably my favorite Cantonese phrase, Cantonese slang, in all the phrases and slangs. This one is Xin fa chap zoi au fan cern. Xin fa chap zoi au fan cern. Directly translates to fresh flower planted on a pile of manure. What does this mean? So this basically, so there's actually two meanings, but like the meaner meaning that has to do with relationships is when you have a couple, right? And then one person in that couple is really, really pretty, and then the other person is kind of mediocre or like even below average. So you have this pile of poop, which is the below average person, and you have this really pretty flower, or you have this really pretty person, which is the flower that you place on top. Xin fa chap zoi au fan cern. It's just picturing it. It's just freaking hilarious. I love this phrase so much. If you wanted to know, the other phrase is kind of just for like if you like do something really ugly, but then you want to make it prettier, so you add some like really small, like insignificant thing to try to make it prettier. So for example, if you cook like a really ugly stew and then you put like cilantro or like you garnished it with like some flour, right? It still looks like poop, but it just has a flour on top. So that's the case where you would use Xin fa chap zoi au fan cern. Without that doesn't have to do with relationships. Just sometimes you're like, how do people think of this? This is hilarious. That's like probably like 70% of Cantonese slang. Next three all kind of have to do with each other. And these three are like really kind of like more mean, I say. So the first one would be sao bing. Sao bing directly translates to recruiting soldiers. This usually refers to a woman who is actively looking for people, for guys to do her bidding and like kind of flirting with them, kind of like acting like they were romantically interested even though they're not. They just want that guy to do their bidding. Basically, it's like women that are looking for simps to help them do whatever they want to do. And I'm sure now it can be anyone, but like a woman that is soaping is actively looking for simps to do their bidding. So like you could think like maybe cam girls or like whatever, right? They're actively looking for people to pay them money. So that those people you could say are soaping. But it also refers to like maybe like they purposely be friends with a lot of people because they want to like have the smart person do all their work at a school project. Or maybe they need help moving, so they need a reliable source of free labor in order to help them move. Or maybe sometimes they want to help a free meal, so then they'll like call these people and be like, you want to go eat some like Michelin star restaurant? You would say that girl is soaping. Next one. So we have the other side of the relationship, right? What is simp in Cantonese? So the Cantonese slang for simp is gunyambing. Gunyambing directly translates to the warrior or the soldier of the goddess of mercy, right? So in this case, you could say that the goddess of mercy is this person that is is this person who is collecting simps, and then basically they're soldiers, right? And then they're doing all this stuff for free. So like the simps are basically just, you could say simps are just like soldiers that are like doing all this work for free and helping this person who they perceived to be like a goddess, right? Goddess of mercy, right? They're perceiving this, I guess, simp collector as the goddess of mercy, right? So then they're gonna go do their bidding. So then someone that is a simp is a gunyambing or a soldier of the goddess of mercy. And then the last one is 공주변. 공주변 directly translates to princess sickness. And what does 공주변 refer to? 공주변 refers to usually a female again who's always like entitled. They always feel like they have to have it their way. They're arrogant. They're materialistic, right? That's a girl who we'd say is 공주변, and I'm sure now you can call anyone 공주변, right? So anyone that's entitled, they feel like they deserve everything, right? Especially in a relationship, we say this person is 공주변. I would say like the best way to describe this would be the exact way that every single red pillar describes every female that rejected them. They'd probably say that this person is 공주변, right? They'd be like, oh, this person's materialistic. They're entitled to whatever, right? Like, God, I hate red pill's culture so much. It's so stupid. Oh my God. But I'm not gonna open that can of worms. So that girl in this case would be 공주변, right? A materialistic, arrogant, entitled brat. But there's a bunch of Cantonese slang that has to do with relationships specifically. Did I miss any? Do you have any that are really fun? What's your favorite Cantonese slang? Dude, I keep saying my favorite. I love that slang so much. But aside from that, I think Gunyamping and Saoping are really, really funny. Goddess of Mercies, soldiers, and collecting soldiers. Just picturing it, right? And kind of like illustrating that in your mind. It's just so funny. So there's a bunch of relationship slang. Hope you learned something. Have a good one. Bye. I recorded this 3 times. The first one, I was just stuttering like a mother trucker. The second time, I forgot to turn on my mic. I hope this one works. I really hope this one works. Have a good one.